Every summer, I go camping with my best friend and her family. And when I tell people about our camping stories, they like to say that camping helps you reconnect with nature. The sounds of crickets chirping in the wilderness. Chirp, 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 chirp. Or watching the water hit the salty shoreline on the beach. Or the chance that you'll get to see some exotic animals like skunks, raccoons, or killer squirrels. After my last few camping trips, however, I realized that nature and I are no longer on speaking terms. My first story begins after a storm of mosquitoes decided our campsite was their personal all-you-can-eat buffet. There were thousands upon thousands upon thousands of mosquitoes. You quite literally opened your tent, stepped outside, and or you opened the car door, stepped outside, and at one point, my best friend's dad, Tim, comes over and asks, "Do you girls want to leave?" I look at my friend. She looks at me. We look at Tim and say, "No, we don't want to leave." I vividly remember hiding from the apocalypse in the car with my friend, and we were doing fantastic until we started coughing because the mosquitoes had followed us into the car. So we decided to take matters into our own hands. Bam! We started playing whack-a-mole with the mosquitoes. And by the time we had around 1,000 tickets, the roof of the car looked like it had been bedazzled in red ruby spots. Eventually, though, we did have to get out of the car and face the real world, and the mosquitoes did prevail. By this point, Tim was the only one who believed in our survival, so he decided to go to the store to buy bug spray for the campsite. And he sprayed it everywhere. I'm pretty sure the amount of bug spray I inhaled is currently living next door to the microplastics in my system. I think they're roommates now. This trip taught me a lot about survival, teamwork, and the importance of Walmart. But it's not my only camping story. No. Another year, when my best friend and I were sleeping in a tent because nothing says responsible like trusting fabric with your life, when all of a sudden a huge storm rolls in. The sides of the tent begin to shake vigorously in the wind, and rain streams into our tent. And suddenly, we're in a very sad, wet swimming pool with air mattresses as our floaties. "Do you want to watch funny cat videos?" I asked my friend, knowing it would help the situation. Now is not the yes. At one point, I'm pretty sure that we were whitewater rafting in that tent. Rain and wind were slapping us in the face, and I thought I was about to fall out of the boat. Eventually, though, my best friend and I decided to make a run for it to the car. We ripped open the tent, grabbed our bags, and ran like our life depended on it to the car. When we got to the car, we realized that we were dripping water onto the seat. So we decided to reach into the back for some beach towels to dry off with. And we were doing fantastic until we looked out of the car and saw Mary Poppins. My best friend's mom was holding onto our tent as Mary Poppins holds onto her umbrella. Her arm was fully extended, and the tent was dragging her around the campsite. The tent eventually ended up in the trash. Now, this story was unique because my family was not with us, so I decided to send a picture of the storm to my mom. In hindsight, I probably should have sent it to my dad because he's the one obsessed with weather forecasts, whereas my mom does not care to check it. You can probably imagine what it looks like. Green to yellow to a deep, dark red center. I sent a photo of the storm to my mom, thinking she would say, "Come home now!" She said, "Have fun." Have fun? I was in the middle of a nap total disaster. And she wanted me to have fun. She treated this like I was at summer camp doing arts and crafts. And no, for those of you wondering, a spoonful of sugar would not help this moment. These camping stories taught me a lot of life lessons. First, nature is not your friend. Nature does not care about your plans, your comfort, or whether you smell like bug spray 24/7. And second, maybe reconnecting with nature isn't for everyone. Maybe some of us are better off reconnecting with more beds or Wi-Fi. For me, camping reconnected me with the sights and smells of mosquitoes, storms, and the terrifying realization that my mom has zero emergency protocol. When I look past these things, however, I realize that camping has been truly transformative for me. Late nights with friends and family, as well as oddly specific learning opportunities, have changed me as a person. So, while reconnecting with nature might be scary, I'd recommend you all give it a try. Just don't forget the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious bug spray. Back to our Toastmaster.